Now I'd like to introduce our presenter today. Kristine Bengen has been with Tobii ATI for 12 years and working in the assistive technology industry for 17 years. Tobii ATI began in the 1980s as a division of Boston Children's Hospital, the leading pediatric institution in the U.S. The hospital's Institute of Applied Technology division developed several cutting-edge products working with the clinicians, teachers, patients with disabilities. In 1995, the increased level of activity and industry interest in state-of-the-art technology solutions for people with disabilities proved the catalyst in creating a separate, independent business for the special needs industry. In 2007, ATI merged with Tobii Technology of Sweden, a world leader in hardware and software eye tracking solutions. And you can learn more at www.tobii.com. And today our training is going to be covering Tobii's eye tracking technology and how it works for seamless access to computers. This technology can benefit a variety of disabilities that makes an individual unable to speak, from ALS to stroke survivors. And now we will turn the time to our presenter, Kristine.
Thank you, Story. Again, I'm Kristine Bengen, and I am from Tobii ATI. And please feel free to ask any questions that you might have during the presentation. I want to keep it open and light. Story will let me know your questions as we go along. And if I start talking too fast, tell her that too. So they can see my PowerPoint and everything, correct? Okay, Story went over a lot of the information already about our company, which she did a fabulous job. But the most important thing about me is that I'm amazing. So just so you know. Again, I have been with the company for 12 years. I have been in the industry, for 17 plus years now. I owned a wheelchair company prior to starting this, and so I know a lot of the ins and outs about accessibility, seating and positioning, high-end power, and how to get it all working together at the same time. One thing to keep in mind as well is I am not an SLP, I am an MOM. I have learned more from my kids and other people's children than I have from anyone else in the industry, pretty much. Again, our Story has already informed you, our merger. Tobii is by far the world leader when it comes to eye tracking technology. Our technology is patented. No one else has it on the market or in the industry. We can do for regular computer access, as well as accessing your environment, as well as your communication device. So we have several different divisions under our umbrella for the assistive technology market. We have customer service, so you can get demo equipment from our RSCs. We have tech support available till 7 o'clock at night, and our tech support is amazing. So you feel free to call them at any time as well, or get a hold of me, and we can set up appointments to do individual assessments and trainings and stuff like that. So I'm going to get on more to the fun stuff. So in today's market and industry, communication is not face-to-face like we're doing right now. You're not in the room with me. We're doing it a live feed. Text messaging, emailing, just phone calls, chatting, internet, and again, verbal communication. But actual face-to-face communication isn't something that we do a lot anymore. We want communication and computer access for technology to be seamless. You want it to be easy and friendly to use, and flexible, customizable, and efficient. The Tobii ATI line of communication and communication devices and computer access are, whoa, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. our C-Series devices, as well as our PCI devices. So the communication devices are the C8, C12, and C15. The number of that's telling you is just screen size. So we have the C8, which is an 8-inch screen. We have a C12, 12-inch screen. C15, which is a 15-inch screen. All full functioning Windows computers. All access available, whether it be direct select, whether it be a switch, a head mouse, or eye tracking. One thing to keep in mind though is the C8 is too small to do eye tracking. It's the one that does not have the capability to do eye tracking components. But other than that, they're all pretty much the same functionality. They have, I can actually go over the aspects of the system right now if you want to. And we'll come back to this, like more of the system in a minute. But right now, the device itself, this is the C15. built-in environmental controls, so you can do TVs, VCRs, any functionality as far as IR or X10 modules are concerned. You have the ability to do anything computer-wise. You have 3 USB ports. There's one on the side, 2 underneath, an Ethernet port, 2 switch ports, as well as being able to have a headphone jack, and then on the side right here, I'm going to kind of spin it if I can. Can you see those? These are our ABC buttons. They come blank, meaning there's no action assigned to them. So you can have them launch an application, you can have them screen brightness, you can have them launch anything that you want. So makes it accessible for more access for the caregiver or a parent or someone that needs to do a quick action. You can have that accessibility as well. Okay, so that's the device features. It comes with lithium-ion batteries, which are 2 hot swappable batteries. So if you're out in the community and one battery gets depleted, one set, you can pop them out and pop in a fresh set without having to turn down the system or shut it off. So it makes it kind of nice without having to power off the system. Okay, so different access methods. The head mouse, the C-Dot is our OEM that we did with Medentech for a head mouse tracking with the reflective dot on your head. So wherever you move your head, it will actually reflect and move your cursor. It can be a great access method. People have been using it for a long time. It's kind of fatiguing, but if it works for you, continue using it. Any questions so far? No? Okay. So the CI is the component that is attached to the bottom of the C12 or the C15 for your eye tracking access. What it does is actually reads off of the kind of a crude definition is when you're in, like driving at night and you see an animal in the road, that reflection back is kind of what it's doing. It's reflecting and reading back to the computer. Easy calibration with our system. Once you're calibrated, you don't have to do it again. It makes it really, really easy. We allot for about 1.5 to 2 feet of head movement in that area. If you're in that, it's going to pick you up. So if you're moving like this, you're still going to be able to get caught up and picked up by the eye tracking system itself. You also have the ability to do a dwell, meaning you look at it for a certain amount of time, it'll activate. You can blink, or you can actually access a switch for your mouse click. So we'll get into them. That'll make more sense in a few minutes when I get into the actual eye tracking on the device itself. We also have a standalone unit called the PCI that will go on any external computer. So it'll go on a PC, like a desktop, or actually another one that I haven't even seen it yet. It's called the Pro, which will go on to a laptop for portability and accessibility. So the main thing with that is it's not covered by insurance yet because it's insurance doesn't pay for computer access. They pay for the access for a communication system. So if someone is a high-end quad, they can talk. They don't qualify for a speech generating device, but this will allow them to at least have computer access at a lot less cost to them. So makes it kind of nice. So what is eye tracking exactly? It enables people to have a reliable access with just their eyes. They don't have to be able to touch anything. They don't have to be able to do anything except look and control their eyes. Who is it appropriate for? Like Story said earlier, ALS is one of our biggest populations. CP, MS, spinal cord injuries, Rett syndrome. Rett is a huge market for us. These girls are amazing and locked in, and they have the ability to communicate, and it's amazing. Traumatic brain injury is another one that we do a lot of stuff with. So it's basically anything that you want to access your computer with, that's what you're using. So how it works, it's an infrared, creating a reflection of patterns with the cornea and of the user's eyes, if that makes any sense. I can say all kinds of big, huge words like phobia and stuff like that. But what I want to do is show you guys actually how it works. So I'm going to have Story be my guinea pig and have her come over here. And I can walk around because it's a microphone, as long as you guys can still hear me. Okay. So are they seeing me or are they seeing the screen? Okay, so what we're going to do first, the first thing you want to do is adjust your input methods. So we are using eye tracking. when it launches up. Okay, the first thing you want to do is pop up your track status box. And so what the distance meter, that green, is the arrow is somewhere in the green, that's where you want it. The eyes are somewhere in the middle of the box. She's in there, great. So you then can go into your calibration settings. You have the ability to do a 2.5 point or 9 point calibration. Usually a 9 point is more for finite type of calibration. You really don't need to have it that finite. 5's usually fine. You also can adjust what the end user's seeing. So if you want to change it to an image, you can. You can have it just a dot. I have it on a cat. I used to have it on a Red Sox baseball because they're the best baseball team ever. And then you can also adjust how quickly it goes around the screen. So right now we have it on a cat, and it's going to go around the screen in 5 points. So go back up here. So start the calibration. And again, remember, when you are calibrating with our system, once you're calibrated, you don't have to do it again. You turn it on in the morning, make sure it's in the correct distance from your eyes, you're good to go. It's doing its processing. Okay, perfect. I want to make that bigger so you can see. She's got a medium quality calibration. That doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a deceiving, it doesn't mean it's bad. She's going to be just fine. So under the interaction, this is where we want to choose whether she's going to be using a dwell, a blink, or a switch. Right now we have her on a dwell, and it's set to about 1,000 milliseconds, which is right at a second. We can speed it up, slow it down, adjust it however we want for the end user. Right now it's going to look like a blue dot. We can change that to a red dot. We can make it invisible. We can make it smaller. We can make it larger. We can also make it more transparent, less transparent, however you want, because it can be distracting. It just depends on what the end user needs. So right now this is what it's going to look like. One complete circle is your mouse click. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go, okay, take you out of here. So I'm going to go to the next screen. Again, we were just having this discussion about Windows, right? Okay, so you notice I have it paused. I have one of my buttons over here set up to be the pause button, so if you start to activate something and I want to stop it, I can just hit the pause button. So I'm going to go into one of our page sets, and it's called Sono Key. And this page set is great for computer access type of stuff. What it has is pages and buttons for the end user to use that you and I would want to do every day on a computer. So you have the ability to write text. You have Facebook. You have email, instant messaging, calendar. The calendar actually even gives you alerts and tells you that you have an appointment coming up. And the end user is in control of all of these commands. They can actually put in their own calendar events, their own scheduling. They can even adjust their settings for their dwell time. If they want to change from dwell to blink, the end user is in control of all of it. You can seamlessly go out to Windows and web. You can launch your web browser. You can launch applications like Word, Excel, or anything that you want, and you can change them whatever it is you need to do. Go to your start menu. Anything for computer access you have available to you. You also have, again, the built-in environmental controls. So you can do TVs, VCRs, beds, lights. You can actually put in your favorite channels. Again, these are just examples, but you can actually put in whatever ones you want to with the IR. So I'm going to go back to the home page. So right now I'm going to unpause you, and I want you to look at the right text. Yep. Good. So now you have a keyboard. I'm going to actually pause you again. We actually have a different keyboard. This keyboard has word prediction. The person that I saw earlier today didn't want to have phrase prediction, so I'm actually going to go back out, show you how you can easily change the settings. I actually want you to have a keyboard with word and phrase prediction. So now if we go back in here, you have word and phrase prediction. So as you type, hello, my name is, you can actually have that already programmed in, so you can say an entire sentence with one click. So I'm going to unpause you. So you can actually look around the screen and pick whatever it is. Can you get into the hello, my name is? You're going into phrases. Is it hard for you to get into this section?
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to pop this up.
I've not done this before.
No,
for
it's
the
all right.
audience to know.
It's okay. So let's go back. So, and again, if you're looking around the screen too and you feel like you're activating stuff, you can pause by glancing down and up and looking right there. Try it again. Oops. That's okay. Let's go look to the back button. Are you wearing contacts?
No. But I don't have the greatest vision, so.
No, that's okay. It shouldn't have anything to do with that. So what we can do actually too, once, if it's acting weird, sometimes just adjusting the angle. I'm going to put this back up. Your angle's pretty good. So I'm just going to raise it up just a little bit. And tilt it just a little bit. Because these lights in here are kind of bright, so that might be affecting it, but I'm not sure. Okay, so now, because it's easier to get into here. Oops. Yep. Let's try doing another calibration. See, that's one of the nice things too about being able to tweak it quickly. You can do that. And then also, so I'm going to do another calibration, but I also want to show you some different features that you can actually adjust and tweak a little bit more just for stuff like this. Or if you have someone who has, their eyes don't track together, one eye's stronger than the other, you can have it go to your left eye or your right eye. It's doing its math. That was weird. I'm going to do it one more time. Try it again. Just watch it all the way across the screen. Perfect. Okay, good. So in here too, also if you have like somebody who can't reach, say, the bottom half of the screen or the top half of the screen, we can adjust the calibration area. If we want to raise it up and just calibrate in this area, it'll then snap to grid when it goes into use. So it will actually compensate for them not being able to reach the bottom or, you know, the side, whatever area that they can access easiest, calibrate them to that, and then it'll take up the whole screen. So I'm actually just going to go back to default because I'll forget. Okay, so now let's go back out here. And then sometimes people have trouble getting into the smaller keyboards. There's tons of different keyboards. On our website, there's a link to a thing called PageSet Central. And what it does is gives you sharing site where people have created page sets that they can, like if you wanted to play Yahtzee, a game of Yahtzee or something like that. So see, go to the clear if you could. Hey, get over there. Here you go. Much better. Look at the yes. Perfect. Okay, now try to get into the H after we did a little there. Perfect. So you can get bigger keyboards with bigger buttons if you want to. You can have, like there's a Kindle book reader. Like the Facebook page is one that someone created for accessing Facebook. That's okay. But I mean, one thing to remember too is you can actually, if you can glance down by and then pause right here. Now you can look around the screen without feeling like you're activating stuff and going, yeah, hide my eyes, I don't want to look at that. So you can do that too. So I'm going to go back. Then again, you have Facebook, Skype, and some of these buttons, if you're not going to use them, we can actually swap them out for something different. There you go. Then you have other stuff for just communication stuff. You have text-based communication. There's 2 pages worth of different types of text-based communication. Symbol-based communication, another 2 pages, whether they're emerging language or whether they've got language structure but need symbols. It just depends on the end user. So you can set up whatever page sets you want. If we go into the My Page Sets, this is all the stuff that I've either downloaded or edited or changed for someone to use or for assessments or stuff like that. So let's go and just play this game for you a second here. I'll pause you. So what you're doing is just looking at the stars. Yeah. And then look at the arrow in the corner. So it advances your screen. This is a good practice. Are they understanding what it is that I'm asking them to do? Are they able to get into some of the smaller areas? Then you can do some adjusting too of how you want to, and good practice too, because one thing to keep in mind, your eyes are receivers of information. We are now asking them to be a tool as well. So the muscles behind each eye, it takes a little bit of, it's like starting a new exercise class. You kind of got to get them built up. So again, listen to your body. Can you feel it in your eyes at all? Yeah, you can start to feel it. Just take a break. pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
And it's completely different. You know, I can sit and talk about it all day long, but until you actually see it working, it's a big difference. So, and we can actually just get out of here if you want to. You don't have to keep doing this. But we also have, where's my, how good at Yahtzee are you?
Pretty good.
Okay, there we go. So you can just start playing Yahtzee. Oh wow, you got a small straight as it is, so you can actually just go to your, well, we actually got to put them all down, I think, first. I don't know how it works.
I don't know what I'm doing now.
Remember, you can pause. So yeah, you got to think, was that a large straight or a small straight? I think it was a large one, wasn't it? I think you have to put them all down though first.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah, you can play games, you can do, you know, again, going on Facebook is a huge thing. People, you know, they're all over their Facebook, but you got to go back to, no, go back to the roll. Yeah. Now just drop these all down. There you go. Oh no, you're missing the 5.
Oh, go back.
You gotta bring the 2 down. You guys online are probably totally bored, sorry. So anyway, but you can see how this would be really cool, huh? So then you can also, and I'm going to do is exit out of here and show you how to do stuff that's out on the internet itself. So when you go Windows and Web, you hit turn on your eye control. So now you have up there as a cursor. And so you're going to drop down, yep, same thing. And you can adjust the speed of it a little bit. So that's if you're going to type into a screen. But if you wanted to access, like if you, let's go to the back button. And then go to Start. Now minimize your whole page set. So now you'll be able to get into, like say if you want to get to the Start menu. So it should go around. And do we have the magnifier on too? Let's actually look back up here. Good. Now make sure the magnifier's on. Yep. Okay. Then I'll look down here. So what the magnifier does is makes it so that it'll pop up a smaller area, so you can get into tighter areas a little bit better. Or even try to look this. Oh, you're at a communicator. We'll go to the eye control setting. Oh, do this again. Sorry. I think you have to put it on mouse click. Oh yeah, you gotta put it on single click, which is this one right here. There you go. So now look down here. There you go. So this will zoom up. So now look at Start. That's where you want to go. Look at Games. Yep. So now the games will pop up, and you can pick whatever game you want to play, whether it be wherever they're at. Windows is spinning. There you go. So you can get into like smaller areas and actually just go around and do whatever you would like to do from the internet or on your computer. Can you feel it in your eyes?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot to get used to.
Yeah, and you're on the scroll feature right now. Okay, I'm going to actually pause you. All right, so now we're good. See if we have any questions. We don't need to go back to my PowerPoint. I'm done with that.
So we do have a question
Mhm.
from Darcy. She says, is Tobii thinking about putting a PODD pod book on their communication devices? And also, can you access the Grid 2 software with the PCI?
If the Grid 2 is on a standalone unit, yes. And there is a pod book on our PageSet Central. There is one that's available that someone created that actually I have on my system, so yes. And they can hear me, you don't have to type it, right? That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. And if there's any more questions, just let me know. And you guys can get a hold of me through our website or at if you want to write it down, it's Kristine with a K, Kristine .Bengen, BENGEN, at Tobii ATI, Tobii with 2 I's, and then ATI.com. Actually, I'll put my screen back up so you can that's all my contact information. And I'm also in Utah the first full week of every month, so I'd be more than happy to come and bring the device. If you have someone that wants to see it hands-on, let me know. I have no problem doing that at all. So the first week of every month, I'm here. And if you want to know when I'm here, I send out a mass email before I come. Just give me your email address, and I will put you on my list. Any more questions? I think we're done.